Hi, I'm Erin.
And I'm Mo.
And this is our video about young people and creative writing.
We're going to be interviewing Rob, Tom, Nathan and Luke
about their creative writing and their experiences. Welcome to the Creative Puddle.
Yeah. I write in order to accept things that have happened in my life, like deaths and births and romances, and it's a way of separating myself from the event and being able to like move on from it, especially like with romances. And that kind of causes a problem for me because I can only write when an event has undergone, and that's why I kind of try and live like in a way where I can continuously get material.
I mean, I write sort of, it's like a form of escapism. So in my head I can create people and places and these scenarios, and it's like a whole other world, and it's sort of distancing from reality. It sort of makes it exciting and sort of inspiring, like exciting, because you've created this thing and it's just yours, and then you can choose to share it if you want, and that's what I like about writing.
To gain your own voice, you have to forget about having it heard. Allen Ginsberg.
I write mostly because it's really good fun, and secondly it's like a creative outlet and a way of expressing your emotions which doesn't involve, like drinking or getting into fights.
Luke, why do you write?
I think mainly because it's fun. That's like the biggest sort of reason. Probably one of the only reasons. I just enjoy it, like the process of making something and writing it down and sort of starting with an idea and then finishing with an actual product is kind of just fun.
Hi, this is Nathan. Okay.
Hello.
Why do you write?
Well, I enjoy it, but also because I feel like I have things to say that other people can hear, and things wind me up in that I see and I observe them, and I feel like writing's the best way of expressing them, because just talking about them doesn't really work that well, and you can several people can read something, only a certain number of people can actually listen to me tell them how horrible they are.
Every secret of a writer's soul, every experience of his life, every quality of his mind is written large in his works. Virginia Woolf.
I also do art. It's not particularly good, but it's also about human nature, which also is like the main focus of my writing. And it's because I do have like a really interest in human nature, and that's why I focus on it.
I'm very musical, and I've always loved music and studied music and things like that. So, and that's just another form of expression, and it's sort of losing yourself in this other world, and it's a good way of dealing with things, like sorting through your problems, and you can fix them through writing most of the time, and music, and that's how it benefits me.
Are you creative in other ways?
I write other stuff like songs, and I try and play guitar, but aside from that I'm not terribly creative. I'd like to be more creative.
This is my poem Phases of Grief, and it's about my auntie's death. The first stanza is about at the graveside, and the second stanza is about looking into the sky and finding that's where I think of her, even though I'm not religious. And the third stanza is about her husband. The fourth stanza is about the last thing I ever said to her, which was I love you. Okay, this is it. White petals danced, flakes of earth bounced, whilst we watched over you. Teardrops of glass cut off faces, or at least that's how it seemed. Breaths of mists melt along the skies like thoughts of you, while I am here, concealed in reality. I know you're not there, but to me you are. Flickers burn the darkness as green sings to me, of a broken heart. I don't think of you, I think of him, diseased with pain, life left behind. But for what? Those words I whispered, they were true, the last words are always true. I didn't want to upset you, I wanted to let you know that of course I do.
This is my poem called Moon Rain. Hot and humid nights, when the clouds smile and cry tears of love, we drift in heaven's health. The earth laughs and we twirl, slinky legs dash in front of your eyes, happiness falls out of my hair, hypnotising strangers. And you, with your cockney laugh, gaze at my childish womanhood. Warm lips on dripping cheeks, your hands heat my heart.
Life influence your writing?
There's not been one particular event I can think of, but I've done a lot of reading as a kid and always enjoyed then going on to write my own stuff.
Plot is people, human emotions and desires founded on the realities of life, working at cross purposes, getting hotter and fiercer as they strike against each other until finally there's an explosion. That's plot. Lee Brackett.
Okay, so hi, I'm Tom. I'm a songwriter. Well, I do other stuff as well, but mainly I'm a songwriter. I write with a sort of folk rock band kind of thing. So I do quite a few different kinds of writing in my songs. They're all very different. Some of them are a bit more upbeat, some of them sort of quieter and more intense, possibly? I don't know. When I started writing songs ages ago, I've been writing songs for about 4 years. I haven't done anything with any of the previous songs because they're all, in my opinion, not up to scratch, for want of a better word. So yeah, if you look on my computer, there's tons of half songs and half stories and half of everything's just chilling around. And then I got with this band and I was like, I may as well just sort of try some of these songs. And we tried a certain song called Silent Road, which worked really amazingly well and gave me one of the biggest kicks of my life. And so I sort of went, yeah, I want to do this. So I continued writing and I put more effort into writing. And now I've written quite a few songs with them. So that's how you kind of, I do get a kick out of writing, that's kind of why I do it, because there's something really, I don't know, you can't really put it into words, but when you've written a song and you take it to a bunch of other musicians and who are also your really good friends and you just try it and it works, it's just a phenomenal feeling. You just get the biggest buzz out of that.
How does writing benefit you in your everyday life?
Well, kind of like I said about transforming an idea into a product, it kind of helps you, I suppose, declutter your mind almost. Like if you have an idea and you don't do it with it, you just can't overthink it and keep going over it and over it, and you never do it with it. So if you get it down on paper, then...
Do you think that writing is going to be in your future?
Probably not. It's very hard to get into it, to actually make a career out of it, and also, I'm not that good, but I think I'll always be writing as a kind of hobby side thing, to let off steam.
Great, thank you. Thanks for joining us on the Creative Puddle.
Geniuses can be scintillating and geniuses can be sombre, but it's that inescapable sorrowful depth that shines through originality. Jack Kerouac. Where do you like to write?
In my room mainly. I'm not very good at writing with lots of people around. It's quite an isolated thing. So I can kind of do it in cafes sometimes, but I have to have my headphones in. Yeah.
Do you see writing as part of your future?
I hope so, yeah. I'd like to go into something like that. Comedy writing mainly, stuff like that.
And what is it about scripts as opposed to stories and stuff that you prefer?
I suppose with stories, it's kind of only in your head almost, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's good. But I quite like the idea of people actually playing the parts that I've written and performing the stories almost. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a poem I've written called Monster. They call me Monster, yet their tongues do lie and cheat. Though my forked tongue does only know a devil's kiss, 'tis a sincere one. And their hearts do flit and change as often as their eyes. My burning passion is of hatred, but a hatred that is eternal and sincere, and more true than their so-called love. They call me Monster, and hide behind their suits and skirts to cover their naked flesh. Skin branded and burnt and ugly, still I show the world it. They label others whores and madmen and killers, for acts that are as natural as they try not to be, reserved only for animals and monsters. They call me Monster, I call them mankind. Which is the greater insult?
The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination, Albert Einstein.
Okay, so I'm going to play a little song for you that I wrote. It's the most recent one I've written, and it's called The Game We Play. what's going on inside. Just look behind my eyes. Maybe then you might just realize. But don't you know that's what the game we play is for? It's far too hard to crumble down your walls. You keep yourself so out of sight and out of mind. Ooh, but not out of mind.
2, 1.
We would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who participated in the Creative Puddle and shared their thoughts and experience with us.
The range and diversity of work being produced is really interesting to see, from scripts to poems to stories to monologues.
Hearing the vast array of reasons for why young people write is really refreshing and inspiring.
It really is eye-opening to see just how much passion and talent these young writers have, and we hope this inspires all of you watching to start writing yourselves.
Thank you for watching the Creative Puddle.